My name is Jamarhl Crawford, and the reason I'm making this video right now is to answer probably the $1 million question in Roxbury, which is why am I running for City Council for District 7? Well, the answer is pretty simple. Number one, I didn't really have intentions of running for office, but I continuously got calls for people who were asking for help, having complaints, and feeling as though Roxbury wasn't being represented to the fullest extent possible. People seem to want a fiercer sense of advocacy and somebody who's in their corner fighting for the ideals that not only the people believe in, but that they themselves believe in. And unfortunately, I received a lot of complaints about our current city councilor's representation of the district. A lot of dissatisfaction out there in the community. And at the same time, as you know, I've been very critical of various elected officials or the City of Boston, Mayor Menino, police commissioner, so on and so forth. But particularly in the case of the District 7 city councilor, people have said, well, you're so critical and you got all these bright ideas, so why don't you run? And after hearing that for the 100th time, it really began to make me question and say, you know what? They're actually right. So this is a perfect example where haters can be motivators. So what I've done is taken the critiques of those people who say you got all this to say and you won't throw your own self into the ring, and I decided to basically throw myself on the altar of the public. Running for office, as anyone will tell you, is it's a hard job. It's a tough job. There's a lot of work involved, and quite frankly, it's not particularly personally convenient for me. As you will find out in these coming weeks, and as I've already released, I have a past, as everyone does, but my past has a criminal history involved in it. And I know that my enemies or naysayers or just people who are into salacious gossip are going to seize on that to attempt to discredit me and, make points of why I shouldn't be in office. But actually, to me, my life experiences is the very thing that makes me better suited to run for office. I've experienced the lowest of the lows as well as the highest of the highs. Things that our people in our district are going through from violence, I've experienced that, both by perpetrating violence on others and having violence perpetrated on me. I've been shot. I've went to jail. I've been homeless. I've used drugs. I've sold drugs. And those are probably, the bad parts of our community. So let me highlight a couple other things. At the same time that I have that, my life has been a duality where I've achieved some of the highest of the highs. Been on tour across the country. I have the good privilege of having a lot of stellar people as elders and mentors in my life. I've had the opportunity and the good fortune to be able to organize around some critical issues. And not just organize around these issues and have a track record of work, but we also have a list of victories, of stuff that we have actually sought out and accomplished. All of that will be available, it is already available on my website, jamarhlcrawford.com. And spell my name right, that's Jamarhl Crawford.com. And there you can get an idea about, what my ideas are in terms of platform. Once again, as I've been critical of elected officials and those who are seeking office, one of the things that I've always said is, well, people are asking for support and they haven't provided you any information. So on day one, as the campaign is launched, that information is readily available. Because when I criticize others, I hold myself to those same standards, and the same lens that I put on others, I also put on myself. So the proposal is up there for all of the ideas that I have to make our city, and particularly District 7, a better place. Once again, check that out on jamarhlcrawford.com. Also, too, it's important for you to note that already launched is district7boston.com. And district7boston.com is a one-stop spot where you can go and get all the information that you need to about resources and services that are available in our community. Everything from community centers or where you can get food if you're hungry, or farmers markets, or all sorts of city services or domestic violence services, so on and so forth. So you'll find a treasure trove of information for services and resources available to this district and beyond at district7boston.com. And then once again, my website, jamarhlcrawford.com, is where you'll find all the information specifically about me, my campaign, and my candidacy. And I chose to do that to separate the two, because it's one thing if you want information on me, but it's quite another just to provide a service with no strings attached for a community. Now, in our community in District 7, I would submit that we are in the most dire needs of services. And while we are in the most need, it seems that we get the least help. So what I intend to do is make sure that the services get to the people who need it the most first. The city government has been let's just say that they've shown disparities in the way that our community is treated, and black and brown people in our community are treated, as opposed to our white counterparts or other neighborhoods throughout the city. I intend to bring the issues of our district forward, all the issues that you care about, that I care about, from education, employment, public safety, violence and crime prevention, and then also too coming out with some very innovative ways of governance, governing by council. We will have a council of elders, a youth council, a council of experts for all of those sectors that we just discussed, the economy, economic development, education, so on and so forth. And then liaisons to various groups, Latino liaison, lesbian and gay liaison, Haitian community liaison, faith-based liaison. So a lot of things that I'm talking about in terms of the way that governing should happen, with just full accountability, transparency, and also too being accessible. My phone number, my personal number, is 617-297-7721. 617-297-7721. Give me a call. Give it a try. See if I'm really about what I'm talking about. So lastly, JamarhlCrawford.com, and I hope, I'm not asking for your vote, I'm not asking for your support. I'm asking for you to check me out, and then I hope that I earn your support. Jamarhl Crawford for District 7, Boston City Council.